ever have one of those moments where you're looking at your roster going, I know I have a player here who fits this role. He's a youngster. I meant to play him this season. Why haven't I been playing him this season? And then you finally find him and realize he's been relegated to the under-23s and under-19s this entire time, and you want him to be a starter on your first team. That was my big takeaway from the January transfer window. We had a couple outs. We didn't really bring anybody in, but I think we've set ourselves up quite nicely for the rest of the season. My name is FM Jellicoe, and this is the Red Devils Rising. So we're going to start over here on the left. As you can see, we have not brought anybody in. We did have a couple of players leave. Nikola Zalewski went to Pescara for $275,000. He was 24 years old. I brought him in as kind of jack of all trades, master of none on the midfield lines. He never really got any playing time for us just because I always had better players. He played one game for us. I brought him in on a free. It was one of those cases where he was more depth than anything else, and frankly, I didn't need him. Pescara came in, made an unsolicited offer for him for €275,000, and I said, yeah, sure. So, for a guy who came in on a free, there's not a lot lost there. Matias Sosa wasn't happy with his playing time, and after finally going back and forth with him, I finally said, enough, I'm done. At 25 years old, he wasn't getting any better. He wasn't getting any worse. He wasn't really fitting the team in terms of what I'm looking for in players. And I just decided to let him go. He was okay for us. He had some starts. He was here as a backup more than anything else. He wanted more playing time. And when I did give him more playing time, he just really kind of threw it away. He made dumb decisions with the ball. I don't have a lot of hair left. And if I kept him on the squad and gave him starts, I'd have even less. So we brought him in on a free. 2 years later, he goes out on €250,000. So we recouped a little bit of money with him. And Marco Hen, we sent to Duisburg on a loan. He's a midfielder with a decent amount of potential for us. Why is it not showing here? He's 2.5-star current ability, 4.5-star potential ability. He just needs playing time. And I couldn't find a loan for him. One of the things I'm still struggling with in this save is I went looking for an affiliate. The one I found that the club would let me go for was Western Sydney Wanderers in the A-League. And I don't think I can send players there. As a matter of fact, let's find out. We'll take a player who's not all that great. So like Emre Yilmaz squad. Move affiliate. See? TSG, Kaisersalutern, and Primstal. And those are both regional Liga teams that none of my players want to go to because they're too good for them. And each time I go to the board saying, hey, let me find something in Belgium, let me try and find something in Austria, let me find something in that, they shoot me down. So it's one of the more frustrating things about this save. The other frustrating thing about this save has kind of been our performance. We didn't do okay. We had one of the friendlies cancel on us last minute. We lost to Ostend. Burnett had a very nice goal. We drew with Schalke. This was... I really felt we should have taken more away from this game. And I say that despite the fact we had 9 shots, one on target, and they had 26 and 9. And the annoying thing is I didn't change my tactics until well after halftime. I play attacking football. Short passes, up-tempo, we press, but not tightly. We don't gegenpress. And for whatever reason, we just could not get anything done with the ball. I mean, Decker had a really nice game. Jim Melk had a really nice game. Burnett had the goal in the first minute. I thought we were well on our way to doing really well. And then just everyone else just kind of crapped the bed. I mean, they were all 6-7 or worse. The nice thing was Schalke wasn't that much better. Yeah, they had a lot of shots. Yeah, they had an okay amount on target. Then one woodwork hit. But they really they muffed all our chances. We didn't tie this game. Well, let me rephrase that. We didn't draw this game so much as Schalke lost it. So against Cologne, though, we got ourselves right. 3-1, thanks to goals by Burnett, Florian Held, and Gallagher. The kicker was Burnett went out injured. I can't remember, to be honest with you, how serious it was. Let's check that out here. Yep, that's right. 7 weeks and 3 months. He's out. So Twazi and Thaki will get starts on the right. Burnett seeing a specialist. I should have remembered that, except Thaki's out for a week. We're just, I don't know. It's not a devastating injury. I've got plenty of replacements for him. It's just one of those that I was like, what on earth? So the transfer window rolled around, and I'm looking at my roster going, I could use another young defensive center back. Let me see who's available out there. And then the more I looked, the more it was like, wait a minute, I know I have a young defensive back sitting somewhere. And that young defensive back actually got some starts last year. I can't believe I forgot all about him. Thomas Dressel, 20 years old, 3.5-star current ability, 4.5-star potential ability, plays a really good central defender. Physically, he's nice. Mentally, he's nice. Technically, he could be better, but his marking and tackling are nice. Stick him in the center, put him on a central defender stopper, and just let him stay there. And for some reason, I had him stuck on the under 23s, the Kaisersalutern 2 squad. And I completely missed that he'd been there the entire time. And it was like, I saw him and I was like, why am I going to go out and try and spend money on a player when I have one on my bench? So we did promise Stinks to get more playing time with Twazi sitting on the right now. He will definitely get that playing time. Pellegri's made noises about wanting to move to a bigger club. I re-signed him to a new contract as a result. He's making 68,000 euros a week now. He is definitely our highest paid player. Marco de Graca is right behind him. Had a bunch of Chinese teams coming after de Graca. He had no interest in them. And other than that, it's just been players here, players there. But like I said, the last episode and a couple of seasons before that, we've got a squad built for the future. I need to start playing them. And we're going to get that plan underway today as we play Nuremburg and Hoffenheim. Currently, we still sit 7th in the league. Let me go to the correct league table here. Danny Dots is eyeballs deep in the Scottish lower division database that he's helping build, so he hasn't really touched the skin, but I'm still loving it. We are currently in 7th place on 32 points. We're tied. We could go up to 5th, possibly as high as 4th if we get a nice run of games. Hoffenheim, Bayern, Borussia Dortmund, and Hertha BSC are going to be fighting out the top 4 spots. Pietro Pellegrini leads us with 13 goals and a 7.37 rating. Florian Held leads us with 10 assists. Jamelka, the best pass completion rating. Florian Held, Pietro Pellegrini, and Burnett, each with 2 players in the match awards. Flikioli and Gallagher each have 4 yellow cards. What I did want to check out real quick was how Willem Goebbels was doing. He went to Lyon. No matches played yet. That's interesting. He literally went to Lyon for 27 million and he hasn't done anything. I hit the wrong button. Wants initially group playing time. Transfer listed by request. Who's he wanted by? Standard Getafe, Zaragoza. I could have sworn we had a sell-on clause with him. Yeah, 30%. Okay. So this is the team we're going to play at Nuremberg today. We got Decker in goal, Pai, Bejgert, Dressel, and Jesus as the defense back for Gallagher and Skip as the midfielders. Held and Twazi as the attack midfielders. Pellegrini and Steensick up top as the strikers. Skip sends it in. Bejger's there, but he heads it over the crossbar. 17 minutes in, we've managed to get 3 yellow cards. That was the first highlight of the match. Check something out here after this. Follett. Over to Mathenia. Back to Follett. Up to Bernick. Back to Follett. To Hoffman. Out to Schultz. Bamba. Back to Schultz. Skip steps in front of that, but Hoffman ends up with it. He gets it back out to Schultz. Left side of the box. Bernick's there. That was a really nice shot. It was really good ball movement by Nuremberg. Why am I getting... Okay, I let my manager choose my squad for this game, and he put Jose Jesus. It's totally on me because I didn't check it. Put Jose Jesus there, and he's already gassed 30 minutes into the game. And Flikioli picked up yellow, and he literally just came on. Good grief. And they scored while I was making changes. Hoffman scored. Fabulous. I thought I paused the game. I guess not. Let's see what happened here. Burnick. Back to LaCroix. Oh, who was that? Bejger missed the header. Son of a gun. 60 minutes in, we're going to have to make a couple changes here. We're going to move Puligri up. We're going to bring on De Graca. And get Steensick off. We're going to bring Jamelka on for Dressel. Bittencourt ends up with the ball. Sends it out to Teukert. He gets it to Renault. In the box. Takes the shot, hits the post, and goes out. Burnick. Have we not had a Kaiserslautern highlight? Follett. We had the one in the beginning. Skip. Oh, it gives the ball away. Gallagher takes the shot. Come on, dude. What the hell was that? Pye. Dispossessed. Hoffman gets the ball. Driving forward. Centers it to Teukert. Passes it up for Bamba. He takes the shot. Absolutely buries it. What on God's green earth is happening? The team is just completely on its ass today. If yellow cards won matches, we'd be winning hands down. Skip sends it in. Puligri to De Graca, bounces back and forth, ends up at Fligioli's feet at the half line, and the highlight ends. And it's not like we haven't had our chances. We have more shots on them and as many on target. And we lose 3-0. Jesus wept. Logan Pye is injured. He's out for 2 weeks. Fabulous. Transfer window hasn't closed yet. It closes tomorrow. We're not making any more moves. We're not participating. I'm totally not going to that press conference. We'll send the Fligioli and Gallagher reached. Of course they did. We got Hoffenheim coming up. They're the first overall team in the league. They've got a really good squad. So we're going to get through this week. Hopefully nothing else will happen. If there's any transfer window news, I'll break in and we'll go to that. But I highly, highly doubt that's going to happen. So we need everybody to get themselves right. We got, Hoffenheim's first in the league for a reason. We need a good result against them. We did have, holy cow, that's really high. We did have one loan move. Heinrich Arjau came to me and said, I want more playing time. I was like, you're really not going to get it here because I promised Steensick playing time. I said, let me put you out there on loan. So he went to Friends. He kind of falls in that good, but not good enough for me quality. If I didn't have Puligri, I would definitely be starting Arjau. If I didn't have Montano, I'd definitely be starting Arjau. If I didn't promise Steensick more playing time, I would definitely be starting Arjau. And if I didn't have Tawazi on the bench, Arjau would definitely get more starts. I brought him as a backup. He came on a free from Benfica. And he fulfilled the backup role nicely, but I also don't want to be that sort of jackass of a manager and be like, no, you're staying here so you can ride Pine. George Hare, good grief. So the other thing that happened, of course, Logan Pye pulled a hamstring. He's out for a week. Jose Jesus, my young defensive right back, broke his foot. He's out 2 to 4 months. 2.5 star current ability, 5 star potential ability. We'll see how long that lasts. I promised him more playing time, and he got 2 games in, and now he's out the rest of the season. So, fun times there. And this is the squad we're playing today. It's going to be Decker in goal, Ranieri, Dressel, Jamelka, and Maga Hollis as the defensive back four, Skip and Swiderski as the midfielders, Held and Zadis as the attack midfielders, Montano, Puligri up top as the strikers. I'm starting Zadis because I told him I would get him a little bit more playing time. I got Tawazi on the bench in case he does not have the best game. The nice thing about Zadis is he can play both sides fairly well and also step back to the midfield as well. So he's a great utility player. Why is Dressel getting a number now? Why didn't he get a number last game? Timo Horn in goal. Nemati Collins, Tim Fillinger, Jorn Horn, Serfino, Tia Mariotti, 4-3-1-2. That's interesting. It's not a formation I've seen played all that often with the latest iterations of FM. Usually it's a 4-3-3 with a defensive mid. Geiger. Oh, Held steps in front of that, gives it away, but Mutno ends up with it. Pellegrini, nice pass. Horn stops it. Fillinger just bangs it out of bounds. Good opportunity. Fleischer on the throw-in to Collins. Back to Fleischer. He brings it up the right side. Long pass into space. Linder's going to get by the defender. One-on-one with Decker, and he puts it past him for the goal. Who did he beat there? He beat Dressel, didn't he? He beat Dressel, didn't he? Yep, Dressel tried getting cute. Linder made him pay. Okay. Well, the good news is I encouraged the team and they're all happy with my words of encouragement. Let's see if it turns into anything. That really didn't last too long. Now Decker's upset, probably because he gave up that cheap goal. Ranieri gives the ball away. Selic's going to get there. Up to Lindner, who blows by Dressel again. 1-on-1 with Decker. Oh, hits the post. Jamelka banks it away. I think Decker forced him outside just enough. They've had 7 shots, 4 on target. We've had 1-1. That is not good enough, fellas. Ranieri. Up to Skip. Back to Ranieri. Over to Held. Skip. Long pass. Zadis can't get it, but Swiderski does. Over to Magahalis. Up to Zadis. He's in the box. Baseline. Tries crossing it in. Bounces it off a Hoffenheim player. Runs it down, though. Magahalis. Back to Zadis. Swiderski. Magahalis. Crosses it in. Collins knocks it away. Serafino's going to run up on the ball. He gives the ball away to Ranieri. Dressel. Who gives the ball away to Selic. Pass up to Mariotti, who got by the defense. Oh, good grief. Swiderski just. And Jamelka didn't even fight for that. Good grief. We're going to get Jamelka off, bring on Bejker. We're going to get Zadis off and bring on Twazi. We're going to get Swiderski off and bring on Maddie. Fleischer on the throw to Geiger. Fleischer to Serafino. Back to Geiger. Up to Selic. Out to Fleischer on the right. Crosses it in. Mariotti's there and he hits the crossbar. That was a clanger of a shot. Decker on the goal kick to Bejker. He passes it up towards Muntno. Collins knocks it down to Winner. Geiger back to Winner. Over to Schaff. Up to Selic. Lindner to Mariotti. Gets by the defender. 1-on-1 with Decker. Nice stop here. Gierd. T-J-E-E-R. Gierd. Decker. Geiger. Up to Marquez. Back to Geiger. Marquez misplays that. Stops it from going out of bounds. Schaff, top of the box, gets it to Marasek. Schaff recovers. Out to Lindner, alone on the left. Crosses in. Twazi dispossesses him. That was a foul. Son of a gun. Come on, Decker. Nope. Well, I knew we were going to need an A game to beat Hoffenheim. And we were going to need at least a A- game to draw with them. And instead, we're turning in a D- performance. Good grief. What a pair of games. We're not going to score a goal this episode, are we? Skip to Muntno. Back out to Ranieri. Up into space for Held. Left side. Centers it. Pellegrini can't get a foot on it. Maddie recovers and the highlight ends. Twazi to Held. They've got a player off. Horns off. Twazi can't get it in. Skip recovers. Bejger to Skip. Top of the box. Tries crossing it in. Goes right to Timo Horn. That was our last best chance. Down the field towards Lindner. He recovers. Lindner's off. Well, that's not going to help us. And we lose 3-0. Dressel ended up on a 6-1. Goodness gracious. And we're down in 8th place. What a pair of crap results. Holy cow. I think what we're going to do is come back for Borussia Dortmund and Bayern. It's a little bit of a bigger gap than normal, especially at the end of the season, as we're getting close to the end of the season here. Because what we'll do is we'll do Borussia Dortmund and Bayern, and then skip all the way through and play Freiburg and Hertha BSC. God, 3-0 both games. And we're on the outside looking in now in terms of European football. That is just... We've got to pick it up. We totally helped Hoffenheim. Unflippin' real. Well, that was not the best episode by any stretch of the imagination. I think as things are going, this is, and I was off on my numbers the last time I looked this up. This is episode 39. Now, I've been averaging about 7 or 8 episodes a season. I want to try and get to about 50 or so. So this is 39. We've got one more left here. That's 47. So next season and the season after that, I think, is what we're going to do. I know I said one more season, but these are going by pretty quick. I think looking at the calendar now, I'm recording this on the 1st of February. We go to the end of February, and, 7 episodes. 7 episodes, it's 14. I upload 4 times a week, so it's 3 weeks worth. Yeah, we go to the end of February, and then we'll be doing well, and then it gives me a week to prep for the Journeyman. I've done a couple test runs with it. I've got a couple of things worked out there. I'm using the database from FM Scout to load the leagues. So before we leave, we are going to take a look at the lone players. As you can see, Zivkak was having a really good loan season, and then he got injured for 2 weeks. So 13 goals, 4 assists, 4 players of the match. Mike Krause is doing okay. 19 games played, 4 goals, 2 assists. Nygaard's a defensive player, so I wouldn't expect him to be a huge goal scorer or assist threat. Almeida's doing okay. Marco Hen and Arjau just recently went out on loan, so they're not going to have a ton of stats. But Zivkak's doing well. He's got a decent amount of potential. He's 3-star current ability, 5-star potential ability. Bundesliga 2 level at the moment. Has to show improved work ethic to improve. He's one of those guys who he's definitely got potential. It's just, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. What we don't have to wait and see on is how bad our last few games have been since the January transfer window opened. We've won 1, we've drawn 1, we've lost 3. And plus we've got a decent amount of good teams coming up. Stuttgart's in 6th. Augsburg is 13th. Werder's in the relegation zone. Union Berlin's 15th. So we've got some winnable games coming up. It's just a matter of, can we put it together to do it? The question is, am I doing the right thing by playing the youth players? Would I be better off playing the better senior players in hopes of securing European football? That I don't know. But I think playing the youngsters is the way to go. Even if we do miss out on European football, I think playing the youngsters is the way to go. So that said, if you did like what you've seen and heard, and I find that hard to believe, but I would appreciate it if you did, leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content, questions, criticism, comments, should be a couple of those. Leave those down below. I will answer those as fast as I can. My name is FM21, and I thank you for watching.